Jesus. Oh my! Now I'm moving us here. Oh no. Oh what?
Wait, what happened?
I'm like moving the our screen and stuff. Jesus. All right, guys. Nobody's here yet, so it doesn't really matter. But goddamn.
Dude, we're 23 minutes late.
Mike, you're a little off of the...
I know. I'll fix it. 1 second. I'm getting myself. All right. I gotta see where I am, and then I gotta figure out how to do this.
Go that way.
Hold on.
Go to
Don't
your right.
confuse me.
Go to your right. There you go. You did it. Yay.
Yatta.
Was that good? Nice.
I
Yay,
think so.
T's here. Yay.
Very nice.
All right, I'm gonna pop this chat out.
Pop it out.
Sorry about the crappy video, the crappy audio. Everything is broken. I don't know. Maybe there was no. It was definitely
an EMP.
Definitely, what's it called? I was gonna say maybe there was a power surge or something that took out my camera, and maybe took out the mixer. But I don't think it is. I think it's what's it called? Because I could monitor myself, but as soon as I opened up Streamlabs, it just sounded like a robot.
Yeah.
Hello, Xander. Yeah, basically, so last week our camera died. This week the audio died.
I think Mike sabotaged this.
Aw,
It's
thanks.
the Russians,
Steve.
dude.
She was right.
She said you won't be able to see my ugly nose. Because I'm mostly facing this way. But if I go like this...
Ew. So ugly.
Wait, she called your nose ugly?
No.
I guess
Oh.
so.
She
She's
did
I thought-
not.
she's real mean. You should
thought-
hear her talk.
I thought you said she said, "Hey, at least we won't be able to see your
said
ugly
you
nose."
won't- no, because I said I was embarrassed by how ugly my nose was. Because I can't put on makeup. And it's like a bunch of stitches and scabs. So like, she's like, oh my god, no. But, yeah, I didn't realize that I mostly face this way.
So,
So itchy.
Mike, you started playing Baldur's Gate.
Yes, and you know what, dude? I actually have already. I feel like this is good things. So I was thoughtful enough to start with the right class, but not the right race. And
Yeah.
so all I did was play through that introduction pretty much on the original character. In my second playthrough, that was totally different. I found two people I didn't find the last time. It was really cool.
Isn't that cool? It's I don't know how that game does what it does, but it's just you should just play through it and just get the experience and live with the consequences of your choices and stuff. But do make a lot of quick saves, because sometimes you'll click on the wrong thing by accident. You know what I mean? So try to save often, because sometimes I found myself oh crap, I accidentally jumped over here when I didn't mean to, and I started a fight that I would have never done if I actually knew what this button that I hit did. You know,
They're talking about Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate, 3.
Hello, Tony.
Great game.
Yeah, I save all the time. I save all the time anyway.
What game taught you to save all the time? Mine was Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, could you save all the time? I thought you had to save when
Just
you got to a save
extra
point.
Save.
Oh, back in the day, you would have to go to a save point.
Yeah, but make extra slots.
Remember
right?
save points?
Yeah.
That was a thing. I mean, some games still have it, but that was in every game.
But having more than one save slot. That's what I
don't know.
Dude,
I don't know. I never go back.
Well, you will if you accidentally do something.
I love when games let you do quick saves. Like Cyberpunk does that. Yeah. So nice.
What's it called? Baldur's Gate does, but I don't know if it does on the console.
I know it has auto save, but does it have a quick save? Because in Cyberpunk, it does
on PC. I just don't know on console. It has cross save too.
Look. So, that's cool.
So if I got it for PlayStation, I could play my character from the thing, which I think it may be what I do.
What?
I may cancel the subscription to the thing and just get it on PlayStation.
So is there New Game Plus?
No.
Okay, damn, that would have been cool. I really wanted to kill that first guy where you have to get out of the ship.
The devil guy.
Yeah, I wanted to try and kill him, but
you can kill him.
It's anything special happen?
you have to like like risk the luck of killing him, because he could kill you with like in one hit if he hits you. But also like if you stay there too long, you get like other devils that show up. Yeah,
they are strong as hell.
Yeah. I started fighting them, and then I was just like, oh shit, and then I ran away.
I tried to do that too. Like I tried to fight him, and then I was like,
I would like to watch you play the game, and then also I can also probably like explain some stuff to you too, like like some mechanic stuff that you may not understand. We should do that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
also,
fun,
it'll help you learn how to play D&D.
Yeah.
Without even realizing it.
Yeah, well, that's part of why I bought it too, and that's why I made the character too.
It's like 90% the same when it comes to like the rules. There's a few things that are like slightly different, and a few things that like they couldn't include in the game because it's too broad. There's like a couple of spells that like are just too much, where like you need a human hand in it to like be able to like be like, no, you can't actually do that. That's not how it really works. It's more like
too bad there's not. I wonder how hard it would be for them to actually do like a D&D mode, like to where you could just like
like a DM. Yeah, no, the what's it called had it, but I think they don't have any plans for that. They've said, but they had a DM mode in Divinity. Whatever it's called, Sin.
And like so multiple people could join, and then there would be
and you could run like a DM session type thing for them.
That'd be cool, especially if you could like create maps and stuff. That'd be sick.
Yeah, but it also like it's not the same. Like it's just easier to just play D&D at that point, like because it's so much more work to do the game part of it. You know what I mean? And it's so much more limiting than just playing D&D. Like D&D is just in some ways it's just easier because it's just like once you know the basics, it's just easier. It's just like I get it. And you just, can I try this, and then you just ask if you could try something. Sometimes people get scared though, and like they don't, especially in my game, like they don't wanna like try different things. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I feel like you guys are just like, you guys follow the rules too much. Like I want you guys to try to think outside the box sometimes, and I feel like you guys are just too like, it's either you guys want to cheat, you guys want to cheat and break the rules, or you just want to follow the rules. You guys, there's no like, oh, can I try this unique, like, crazy thing? Like,
Yeah. Like if I'm a rule follower, said T.
Yeah, T's a rule follower. T never like steps out of the box, like she lives in that goddamn box. Like that's her home. She like, she has a bed. She has her little
character that way, and she sticks to it.
Dude, one weird thing though.
She's just like
one weird thing
polite.
I've been doing. What was that?
T is just very polite in the game.
No, just like, in real life, she's polite.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like a kind person.
That's why she needs to be an absolute savage when you guys play D&D, though. Just be nothing like
her. Cool moves. She's done a couple of cool things.
She's a healer though, so she like isn't really built for combat. And recently, you guys haven't been really taking a lot of damage, so it's like she doesn't have her main role to fill.
I like that
like
from what I can tell.
One of our people anymore.
What?
She's not able to heal one of our characters.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
One of our characters is a vampire now, but the type of vampire that he is can't be. He's an undead. He's an actual undead now, and a lot of healing spells can't heal undead. They have no effect on undead.
Gotcha.
So I think they specifically do that because some games, if you cast a healing spell on an undead or a zombie or something, it does extra damage. It's like casting something else. But
like in Final Fantasy X, there was that like one underwater boss you could kill it with like a Phoenix down or something.
Yeah.
I've never played that game.
It's pretty good. It's the only one I ever beat.
I hear it's good.
The only one I ever beat.
Played it.
You didn't beat 16, bro? Come on.
Nah, I just got bored. It was fun, but then like by the time I got to like the third
and guessed about 20 plot points.
Oh my god, the story was just like so. I was just like, and the big one right at the beginning, right, where they're like it's a secret. Who is this secret person?
There were
I'm like, what do you mean?
There were like two big secrets where like I knew the whole. I was like, I don't know. It was weird. It was like
I'm such a moron though. Like when I'm like playing something or watching something, like I'm not like thinking like that. So like he's like, oh man, this is what it's gonna be. I'm like, really?
Yeah. And
I
then
remember can't help but think like that.
Remember at the beginning when like somebody falls off the cliff or whatever, and I was like, Meek, don't worry. He grabbed onto the branch that's sticking out of the side, and then like they're like, oh no, and then they run over, and it's like, oh, the branch cliche from every single movie and or anime or show, and it was just like, god damn.
I want to make a movie or a game or something where you think that happens and there is a branch, but all that's there is like the character's like glove, like he grabbed it, but like still fell and died.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just, and then like I just felt like the combat was just like so boring because it was just like you did the same thing. It was super, and I also felt like I hated all the particle effects that got in the way of like actually knowing what's happening, and like I felt like the only time
some of the cameras were bad too.
The only time I would get hit is when I couldn't see what was happening, so I had to just guess when the monster was attacking because my attacks were so flamboyant and crazy that I couldn't see anything, right? And then it was just like rinse and repeat. It was just I would do the same combo, switch over to the other thing, do the same combo, switch back, do the same combo. And it was just like...
It was the same thing, too, as like walking, little fight, walking, little fight, cutscene, walking, little fight, big fight.
Don't make me walk if you're going to just like do a cutscene in 30 seconds. Like just... walk my character over there for me. Just show me the cutscene.
Let's just watch a movie.
I'll just watch the movie and then do the fights. I'm fine with that type of game. Like if that's what it is, like it'll be like a fighting game where because there's no point to explore. You're just like finding a potion or
that's
like
one thing that
material.
That's the one big thing that I think's a bummer about how people started really hating QuickTime events is like they did make games less boring if there was a lot of storytelling happening. Like if you did just have to even just wait and possibly press X so you don't get hit by like a rock or something. I still think it added an element of like, oh my god,
it's like Destiny though. Like I wish Destiny just had cutscenes. Like I don't want to stand there and watch two characters talk. Just give me some like a little cutscene.
Which
and
Starfield
don't let me run
is
around.
Still doing. Starfield does that. It's so terrible where it just zooms in on their goofy face.
Yeah,
and it's like, hey, what are you doing around here?
The character models in that game are terrible. I don't know why people like were so excited about that game. It's just like when I saw it, I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. And then I watched like the trailer for it, and I was just like, wait, no, it doesn't look that cool. Like it looks like what's it called with more story? Not Star Citizen. The other one, not Eve either. The one that's like smaller. That was supposed to be like that came out was really bad, and then it ended up being pretty good after they did a bunch of updates for it.
I have no idea.
No. It's a space game where you have your little spaceship and you fly up and you go up into.
Mass Effect.
You played it with me a little bit.
It's not Mass Effect.
We played a little bit.
I played it.
Yeah. You liked it because you could just go to a new planet and just harvest stuff.
Oh, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those weird games where
I heard it's gotten even better though. Like
yes, I heard it's even awesome.
Yeah, it still has like its weird story thing because there really still isn't like a story, But like it is one of those moments, like those things that you can explore and find some random crap that you wouldn't expect.
Dude, like so one of the first things you do in Star Citizen, where I immediately was like, oh my god. Is you pull out a laser and it shows you how to harvest like minerals. I have zero interest in any game where you have to do that.
But you did it in what's it called? No Man's Sky.
Yeah, but that was years ago and stuff like that.
You said you liked it though. You said it was calming, like to just go out and harvest minerals.
So at the time, yes. I legit don't think I have the attention span for a game like that these days. Like that every now and again a game comes along where I have fun just like listening to podcasts and just doing like busy work.
I've never been like I've always tried to like I've always heard you talk about that and how you like to just like chill with a game and like just run around and do like the tedious stuff.
Animal Crossing.
I never liked it.
Because like sometimes I'll like listen to an audiobook and like run around Animal Crossing.
I never freaking liked it. I always hated it.
I was obsessed with Animal Crossing when that last one came out, dude. It was unreal, bro. But
yeah, well, it was also during COVID too, so.
I just realized that it was about a year ago that I was playing it because it was right before Halloween.
Okay. And then did you ever get that scorpion?
I don't think I did. It was either the tarantula or the scorpion that I missed. I can't remember which one.
I think it was the scorpion because I found a couple.
Just move the clock. You'll be fine.
I think I did get the scorpion. I didn't get the spider, the tarantula.
Okay.
Maybe. Whatever.
Every time I saw one, I would get scared. I'd be like, I'm going to die. And then I'm like, wait, you can't die in this game.
Dude, those spiders are how you can make tons of money.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
No, I haven't played Lies of P. Do you know what that is, Mike?
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is. All I think of is that movie Life of Pi every time.
Life of Pi. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Baldur's Gate?
Dude, I obviously haven't played a lot, but like I would say I'm really excited about it now. I even just like the type of decisions they let you make. Like So I don't know if you remember this, and I don't know what you did, but my first playthrough, I didn't come across, I think her name's like Shadowheart or something.
Oh, really? How?
I just didn't know what I was doing, dude. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, all right.
Wait a minute, you mean you beat it?
No, he didn't beat it.
He said first playthrough.
Yeah, he just started over because he wanted to.
Because I did the intro.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
he literally played it today, and then started over and played it again through the beginning.
That's what I was missing. Because I was like, wait, why are you asking us about New Game Plus if you have a second playthrough?
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, just
right, so you didn't find Shadowheart, so you didn't release her from the thing.
No, and I didn't find the brain thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I tried to save the brain and I failed, and I
actually got it, and it followed. Nice. It comes with you. It's a little creature thing.
It's a companion, yeah.
But so I thought that was cool, just the idea like that I missed that stuff. But what was really cool is when I didn't save Shadowheart in my first intro playthrough, you find her like knocking at a door to a building, but then when she was with me, I found her collapsed on the ground. Out. Oh, so you saw that? You saw that? Part.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. I don't know what happens, but I liked that it showed that whatever she like secretly had, where she's like, "Oh, nothing, trust me." I like that. Like,
and then you could pry and like, you could pry and try to figure it out more.
I mean, like that's kind of like D&D, right? Like, if you can imagine it, you can try it. It may not work, but like as long as it's feasible and like physically possible, like
so like if you ask to do something that I deem like as a DM, I deem it impossible, I would either say you try it and it fails, but if it's possible, I would let you roll for it to see if it happened. But if it's something like if you were to say I want to jump to the moon, I'd say you can't do that. You try to jump and you get about 2 feet in the air and then you're done. But if it was possible, like I want to try to jump on top of that box, I'd say okay. If it's super easy and I just like you're gonna do it, sure, you jump on top of the box, you're on the box now. But if it's like you're trying to jump scale a wall by like parkouring up it, running up the wall, then it would be like an acrobatics or an athletics to try to scale it. So, and then if you have like some sort of special ability that you want to try to use, or you explain like what you're gonna do, that may reduce the challenge. You know how it has the challenge rating when it gives you like a 15, you got to beat a 15 or a 13. That's something that's determined by the DM. Right, and then and that's the thing. So the harder it is, the higher that number is, and then you can add your stats and stuff to it depending on what type of roll you're making.
Well, one thing I wasn't sure exactly what happened, but I think it was when rescuing the brain. I think at one point, maybe because I inspected it, but I got to roll 2 dice. Like it gave me like. Oh,
it gave you advantage. That's called advantage.
Yes, advantage. Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So for some reason, like it all depends on what you're doing. It'll usually tell you why you're getting advantage. It'll say it somewhere on the screen. It'll be like because you have some special knowledge of this or something. So you're doing it with advantage, or because you did something prior to it.
Well, in that game, does inspecting do that? So like if you inspect something and does it give you advantage because you have now more knowledge of?
Wait, what'd you say?
Does inspecting in Baldur's Gate increase stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So if you did something prior, that's probably what you did, right?
Which I did. I did.
Yeah. You inspected it and you succeeded on the inspection, so then it gave you the advantage on the next thing that you did. That's exactly what it was.
Cool.
I didn't hear you say that.
I thought that was really cool. And then real quick to get back to with the Shadowheart person, I know with like most games, what would have happened is you would have still found her knocking on that door, and she would have just been like, "Oh, hey, you lived too," or something like,
Yeah.
instead of like totally changing it. And I like that her tone even like changed. That she
Yeah, so
like
you could have even like interacted with her and chose to leave her in the prison thing.
yeah, no, I saw that. I
Like
saw
you know
that.
what I'm saying?
We
Like you
don't
didn't
time
have
for
to
this.
like yeah, you didn't have time like or you didn't have to like let her like free her or whatever because the other Lizelle or whatever they don't like each
Yeah.
other. Lizelle and Shadowheart
Yes.
like they hate each other.
Yeah, she that was cool too because she said something about like why do you have like this brute with you or something, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's exactly what you need for a fight, and she's like, yeah, good point, like let's get going. So that was kind of cool too. It was even though I've only played it for literally like 20 minutes, I'm already like pretty excited because I've always thought like that's been like how robotic NPCs and stuff are.
Yeah,
Like
and they
like
did mocap for all of those actors, and like it's awesome. Like and they
That's
always
real
have
cool.
those like little micro expressions that they're like kind of
Yeah.
like. Sometimes it's a little goofy because they'll show your character and your character doesn't talk right. So like they'll show your except unless you're running around like clicking on stuff, then he says a couple things, but like they don't talk when they respond to another NPC or whatever. But like when they're like let's say you're the NPC, you're Shadowheart, right? You're talking to me, my character. Like they'll turn over to you and you're kind of just like you do some weird like little face things and I'm just like okay, what's going on here, bud?
Also, graphics shockingly good for a game that I don't think needed them to be this good.
Yeah.
Like this game should have Starfield's graphics, and Starfield should have this game's graphics. In my
Yeah, but
opinion.
I'm glad that they spent the time to make the characters like look as good as they do because like you're staring at the characters for most of the game. Like you're talking to characters and that's super important. In a game that's all about interacting with NPCs like what's it called? What you just said. What was it called?
Starfield.
Starfield. Yeah,
if
like
I
Starfield.
say Skyrim at some point, I mean Starfield.
Like Skyrim, the characters need to look good.
Skyfield.
Skyfield, yeah. Star.
How did you like the nudity?
What nudity?
I couldn't
And
choose
what's it?
which wiener I wanted because I couldn't tell the difference.
I think the main difference is just like if it's hairy or circumcised. I think those are the two differences.
It's so weird. It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
That you get to literally choose your naked character.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not like what's it called? Like that gang game that's like GTA. The purple, they're like purple.
Saints Row.
Yeah. Where
you said purple, and I thought Saints Row.
It's purple GTA. It's purple GTA.
Like, yeah, purple totally like.
Well, the game cover was purple, right?
Well, their gang cover.
Well, the Saints were purple.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I never played it, but like.
But you could change like
I
your
worked
package.
at GameStop back
you
when.
could change like your package size and your boob size. Like if you were a girl, you could change, your boob size, and if you're a guy, you could change your bulge.
Is Cyberpunk
your bulge
better?
size.
I went back to that game for a little bit. Decided to
Mike
just
loves
restart over.
Mike loves
I
Cyberpunk.
love Cyberpunk, dude.
It's one of his favorite games of all time.
I'm
We still have to like
totally-
start a new game on it and play
I will.
it.
The problem is stream it. I would legit watch you play that game.
The problem is that it's first person, and you don't enjoy first person.
It depends, dude. Like, I thought we watched some crappy movie the other day, and I thought I would die because it was like, I can't predict my dizziness because like sometimes I'll do a jigsaw puzzle and become nauseously dizzy, and sometimes I'll watch like things like Blair Witch Project and I'm like dying. But then this movie was literally
she takes Dramamine usually.
Yeah,
does it help?
Yes.
It does if I take it like an hour before. But like I said the other night, we went to watch some crappy movie and it was like Blair Witch style, where like a girl was like filming on her phone, like she was live streaming the entire time.
The most annoying character.
And the whole thing was like rah 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 rah. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna die about 20 minutes in. I was fine the whole movie until I went to go to bed, and I'm like, I'm nauseous. Like once it was finally like over and I like laid down, I was like, oh, I don't feel good.
You should try the patches. I've heard those.
I have
are
them,
really
but they're
effective.
$80 with my insurance.
Holy smokes!
Like
Are
I
they
got
still
them.
that even for a new insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because like.
But it's fine for like when you're gonna go fly or
Don't you remember when we went to New York? I used it on the boat.
Oh, that's right.
And it worked
pretty
quickly because you were bad for like 20 minutes and then you were fine.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
And then the whole trip back you were fine too.
Funny side story. So Maryland's dad told us this story about he went on a fishing trip and he was telling us the story again when we went out there a couple weeks ago. And he's in pretty much long story short of what happened is he had one on and then it was gone. So he put another one on and he started feeling like terrible.
And he got like high or something from it.
Yeah. Well, him and his buddies were in like the hot tub or something. They were like on vacation and his buddy found that it somehow fell onto his back and he took it off. Yeah.
So wait, his friend got they got hit by
No. Maryland's dad.
It fell on him and he was doubled.
Got it.
But what was funny is he goes, yeah, and that's like the last time I had motion sickness. I was like, dude, you overdosed. It fixed your
so like
sensitivity to motion sickness.
Yeah, so I got the patch ones because I know they're stronger. And the only time I had ever tried it prior was when I was having surgery and like anesthesia kind of makes you dizzy. So like I asked them to put it on me and it worked great. So then I was like, all right, I have to go to Texas in June. I'm going to just ask my doctor for some of these for like the flight and like I'm going to be riding in cars a lot and all
like
this
samplers,
stuff.
You mean? Like,
no, just like order me them because they're prescription.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
I went to go pick them up and they're like $80, please, and I was like, what? Because like since we changed over to my insurance, the most I've ever paid for a prescription is like $275. So like,
dude,
when they asked me for $80, I almost died, but it was totally worth it. I still have like maybe 5 left. I think they gave me 10, but. The problem with those is, like, I'm kind of sensitive to sticky stuff. So, like, it'll start itching after, like, a few hours. So then I'm, like, scratching it, and then I lose it. And then once, like, I think my grandma and my mom both found them at some point in her house. Oh like, randomly they had fallen off.
You gotta cut the adhesive part off and then put it on with, like, an ace bandage.
Yeah, it is bad.
Dude, you guys need a new camera, man. You gotta sell those patches, man.
But like
a couple $100.
Yeah, the last time I used them was for New York, and then I think I still took it off at some point because it was super itchy. But I don't know, they work really good. So Saints Row the Third was fun. On a completely unrelated note, I only just found out Wellerman was from my own country. It's been thrown around everywhere the past few years, and I had no idea.
What's Wellerman?
That's
what I said.
I thought I heard you say what I said.
What about what's his face dying? Dumbledore.
Am I a bad person for
R.I.P.
like? I was just like, oh, that sucks. He was old.
I mean, he was a legend.
Really?
Dude,
yeah.
All I thought about was the other Dumbledore was better the whole time I watched those movies.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm of the opinion. I'm like kind of the opinion now that for the the viewpoint now for the most part of once like people you actually know and care about pass away in your life, famous people that I don't know, I don't really care. Like not that I'm like don't care, but it's kind of like that sucks. But
yeah, like it sucks, but it's like it's not gonna ruin my life.
No. Like, it is sad when like somebody like go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
No, but what?
I was gonna say, like, if there's someone, like, you really looked up to for a long time, like Leia. That one kind of hit me when Carrie Fisher died.
But why'd you look up to her?
I don't know. Cause,
she was like a druggie.
No, I don't mean that, but I mean Leia as a character.
Oh,
the
fictional
Leia.
Character of
but,
Leia.
Like, so when she died, like, I
in the movie.
No, in real life.
Oh.
I was just kind of like, oh, man, that stinks. Like, I loved Leia. But, like...
She kind of sucked. I really didn't like her.
I liked her a lot.
Just because she was like one of the few female characters.
When I first got into Star Wars, I actually got into Star Wars kind of late. But like
me too.
I
didn't really start liking Star Wars until I think after I met you.
No, my dad.
That was like 30 years
I'll
ago.
never forget. The first time I ever saw Star Wars was Christmas Day. It was on TV, and I watched it with my dad.
I feel like Star Wars is a Christmas movie.
And I remember, like, thinking, like, oh, this is pretty good. But then I never watched it again. And then when I was, like, in my, maybe in my late teens, I started getting into it. So I was probably, like, 17, 18.
Puppy.
Oh,
but Leo,
doggies.
to me, was just, like, a badass, cool chick. Like, I don't know.
She kind of was, but she also, at the same time, wasn't.
A song... The Sea Shanty. Oh,
apparently that's what Wellerman is.
Speaking of, Ahsoka is good. We stopped watching it after episode 2, so don't spoil anything because we have to watch it.
Yeah, I hope it gets better because it was not great. Like, those 2 episodes did not make me want to keep watching it. That's why I haven't bugged you about watching it.
I don't want to go down.
Mentioned it.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole of like talking mess on stuff, but I will say, I watched someone break down and go over the show, and the fight scene I saw was like embarrassing for Star Wars.
There was a couple of pretty decent ones. Was it the one with the Asian girl and the other girl, the blonde girl?
I think it was
because that fight was embarrassing.
I think
it was. I even
mentioned it. I think it was with. So I think they mentioned 2, but the one that I remember. I think that it was the main character, Ahsoka, and she was fighting.
Don't say any names. Just another.
She was just fighting robots or something.
Oh, okay.
And he in the way he worded it that I thought was funny is he said more interpretive dancing with lightsabers, and that's like honestly like what it looked like. It looked like super slow and like it just looked bad.
I thought if it's the from the very first episode, I thought that was not bad. I thought it was pretty good.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
it wasn't bad, I don't think. If it's that one.
Is she turning into an old lady? Look at the white snout.
Yeah, she's old.
Both of my dogs already have a ton of like they're they were born with like gray fur and stuff. So a lot of people think they're older dogs.
And and you won't notice it with her. Like they definitely get more white like on their nose, like up here and stuff. Because she didn't have this much when we got her.
No.
She's getting old.
So cute.
Dang, dude.
Dude, one last thing I wanted to mention about Baldur's Gate is like with games like The Walking Dead, like that the Telltale one, like when you would replay those and it was just like, dude, all of my decisions were like fake. Like this feels like what you would have expected that to be. Like I'm really early on, so maybe I'm too optimistic, but I could so far see why you would play this game through more than once. I understand.
No, it's 100% like that. I think from what I've seen you play, and I haven't seen you play everything, but like some decisions you make are permanent, and if you hadn't made that decision, it would not happen.
So Lizelle, the green lady.
Yeah.
Right. So like I found her on the ship, obviously, because she ambushes you, and then I didn't find her again for like 25 hours. I played the game for like 25 hours, and I was like, when the hell am I gonna find Lizelle? And I just happened to not go to
I thought her name began with a G, or is that her race?
Gith or whatever. Yeah, Gith Yankee. That's her race.
Oh.
So I just didn't happen to go to the area that she was at. And then I found, like, I was like, oh, shit.
Was she just in, like, a random, like, village or something?
No, she wasn't there. Her thing happened. And then she wasn't there. And then she, like, joined with her people later on. And I fought them. I killed her. And then I was just like, oh, shit, this is her. And then I revived her.
Dude, nice.
And then I had her join me. It was awesome.
Dude. Wait, she joined you after you killed your people?
Yeah, because we had the connection from the thing, and I was just like, you need our help to do this.
So Xander said Wellerman has been on like every other TikTok video for the past few years. How haven't you heard it? First, we don't have TikTok. We watch all TikTok on Instagram.
Also,
but secondly, we
like
probably
adults
have, and we just don't know what it's called.
Also, whenever it comes on, do people say Wellerman playing right now, and then they sing it? They probably won't.
If it's the sea shanty, the only one I know of that was on a million like clips, I skip that the second I hear that it's that song. I hate that thing.
I
But did you
don't
ever
even
see
know
that?
what it is. I don't think.
Did you ever see that meme though, where
You've
it's
probably
like
seen
no, where it's like no, I don't watch. No, I'm not on TikTok. I watch all my TikTok on like Instagram and YouTube, like
Instagram.
real adults.
No.
Yeah, it's something like that.
That's funny.
And that's
Who
exactly how.
did that?
It's just like a meme.
Oh, dude, it's true though. Like I never downloaded TikTok because why would I? It's available on Instagram, and I'm old and lazy.
Dude, it's so cringy. Dude, all of that stuff is so cringy, man. Social media now. Like it's all this it's all like videos of the same thing. Like when Old Town Road came out, it was some girl just like this in front of the camera, and then when it turned into a certain part, she jumps and then it cuts to her dressed as a cowboy. It's like so cringy, dude. I can't take it. Like anything involving
Speaking
like
of,
people singing
Have you guys seen like the videos of Britney Spears lately that she's doing?
with the
knife
knives.
one? Did you see the knife one?
What
I
is
saw the
wrong
one
with
of her doing that, but like she's like chopping. She's like at a hibachi or whatever.
Oh.
Is that what it's called? Hibachi.
Sanitize.
And then the guy's just like.
But dude, like,
That was a
she
pretty good
literally
one.
looks like terrible. Like
So-
her body
so-
looks great, but like
No, I
she
mean, Mick,
looks like
she's,
she
like-
rolled out of bed and just like
Yeah.
smeared her makeup all over her
Yeah, I
face.
mean,
That,
That's-
well,
it's-
yeah, so
that's who-
supposedly
that's
those
fine.
are fake knives, but
Sanitize.
she still looks nuts. Like she still looks insane.
Just leave her alone. Let her do her thing.
Leave Britney
cares?
alone again.
Just let her do her thing.
saying, like, the
She's
videos
not hurting
are-
anybody.
No,
Now,
but,
if
like,
those knives were stabbing
All
somebody,
I'm saying is the videos are weird. Like the
have you
dancing
ever
is
been on the
weird.
internet?
It's just weird.
It's weird. Look at what we're doing right now, talking about nothing.
Yeah. Really, dude? You just left.
She like forced herself back.
She needs help. Agreed, dude. Something's
She's
wrong
fine.
with her.
She doesn't need help.
She needs help.
Well, what kind of help? What are they gonna do?
I don't know, but like
Yeah,
clearly
okay.
someone thought something was wrong with her because wasn't she had like conservatorship over her.
Yeah, that's.
And then
that's-
they took it away.
I mean, to be fair, she does seem a little out there, but that conservatorship stuff is always weird too, though, because she's worth millions upon millions of dollars. So they had
True.
money to get out of it.
Yeah.
What's going on? Are we playing tomorrow morning?
Guess who never responded? Unless you want to write
Oh.
him separately, like privately, not on Discord, right? Because he won't see it.
He doesn't pick up his phone or text me back. I don't know if he even has a phone anymore. Why are you looking at me like I'm not the one that doesn't have a phone? Jesus.
Who
You're
doesn't
the
have a
dirtiest...
phone?
Jeff.
He doesn't have a phone?
I don't know.
He
He strikes
legit never answers us ever.
He strikes me as the type of dude who has a flip phone. Like he or
No.
like he has like a razor.
Dude, like we'll message him and he won't message back for like a week.
I'm like that sometimes by mistake. Like sometimes I'll get like a text message when I'm sleeping and I'll read it. I'll like wake up and read it, but I won't have any memory of doing that until I see that text message again. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
sometimes
He doesn't stay away from all social media because he is on Twitch all the time watching stuff, and he watches YouTube. So those are both social media. So
Are they?
yeah,
I guess.
they're social and it's media.
Yeah, but you're not putting yourself out there. I feel like for social media you have to like participate. Am I wrong?
No.
Like,
yes,
Instagram,
I mean, you
like-
are.
Oh,
You don't have to
touche.
post.
She
She
said
said
life,
social
not media.
life.
Social life.
Oh, my bad. That's why she reads the comments, not me.
I feel like though, like if I say like I'm not on social media, it means like
You don't post anything.
I don't post or I don't participate with social media. Like I don't know.
No,
I
you,
would
you
say-
can be on social media and just consume it and not participate.
I guess so.
I would say if you lurk and you don't really ever interact, I would kind of count that as saying not as being not on social media. Like that's an
Because
interesting
like to
one.
me, when you are on, I guess we've over time have given social media such a bad like rap because you think of social media and it's automatically like in your mind it's like, oh, that's a bad thing because it's like it means you're shallow and
You don't think YouTube is social media?
I don't consider it.
I
social
don't think
media.
it's social media. I think it's closer to like watching television. Like you're just
Yeah.
watching stuff.
Now, granted,
I mean,
I
this
do
is
think there are
literally-
accounts that are very social media like controversial accounts, like ones that
Our-
seek that stuff.
Our channel
If
right
you
now
get
is
into
we,
a lot
we
of
basically
comment
just
fights-
live stream, and we're just talking about ourselves and just stuff that we like, and we're literally putting ourselves out there, and act like this is the equivalent of posting something on Instagram, but we're posting a live video on
here's the
YouTube
thing
right
is,
now.
If you don't comment like at all, I don't think YouTube is social media. But if you watch videos, you insult people,
But it's
you go
there
into the
though.
comments,
But it's there. Like
Well,
it's the
that's
same thing
exactly-
as
that's what I was-
Instagram. It's the same
That's
thing.
what I was saying though,
like,
is with
to
like
me,
Twitter.
it's not the same definition in my head as like classical social media. Like, what was the first one?
Classic social
Classic
media.
social
There's
media.
no such thing as classic
Yes,
social
there
media.
is. Freaking, what was that first one that came out that everyone was
MySpace.
on? Yeah, MySpace, Facebook, Instagram.
No, it is because
Yeah,
it's
because-
social and you can comment. If nobody could comment on anything on YouTube, then it wouldn't be social media. But
Yeah,
because
but I
you
think-
can comment, it is.
But no, on social media, the products you are consuming, like the whole premises is you are consuming, like it's around consuming information, whether it's photos, videos, just text that other people are putting up that you are like electing to see, and it's about interacting, like a two-way street. But
That's
like with
what YouTube
but with-
is.
No, but with YouTube, you can elect to just receive the information and it never go the other way. And that's why I think, like, say,
I don't ever comment
I
on
think Twitter can
Instagram
be-
about anything. I don't comment on anyone's things. I usually don't even like anybody's things.
yeah,
I
same here,
literally
same
will
here.
just occasionally post something that doesn't make it not social media. It's still social media.
So
Nah, I disagree.
It's the same thing, dude. And like even like what's it called now? X. You can like post long form videos on there. Is that also not social media?
So I think
no, Twitter's
I think,
100% social media.
I think
but
Twitter.
what makes it social that makes YouTube not social?
I think the way I think about it,
literally,
I don't know.
YouTube has a community
because
page on your channel.
you're not going to YouTube for that interaction. You're going for an actual like commodity. You're going for like a video. You're not necessarily going to have any form of communication.
But I
Like
don't go to
Facebook-
Instagram for that, and you don't go to Instagram
So-
for that. Actually,
so-
you do more than me.
So that's why though I was saying though, like you could, so you post on social on Instagram. That's a little different. But say you have Instagram and you don't post, but you see what other people are up to.
But that doesn't
Then-
make it
then-
not social
but-
media
no, but
or
what I
make
was
it
gonna-
social.
But what I was going to say
they're all the
though
same.
is I was going to say though, but you could then say like you're not. It's not social media to you, but at the end of the day, it is still built around like a two-way communication type thing. Like I think YouTube, you could.
But
treat-
it's the same
you
thing
could
that
treat-
YouTube is. YouTube, you post something, so you're putting something out there, and then people are reacting to it and commenting on it. So that's the two-way thing there. And then as the poster, I can then react to their reaction.
And you're kind of right though, because YouTube,
it's the
like,
same exact concept. It's just
YouTube,
it looks different.
rewards that.
Yeah, that's what they want you to do. They want you to stay on
Because like
on YouTube.
you get suggested more if you have more comments and things.
YouTube is
I think
social media, guys.
No, but see, the reason I think that it's not the same is if you look at, say, the absurd number of views on something, like some of them have hundreds of millions of views, and they might have maybe a couple hundred comments, maybe a couple thousand, but you'll see tons of videos where they have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of views, and they'll have 100 comments. So that's what I'm saying, though. It's not built around that interaction and stuff. I even don't think
I
live
disagree.
streams
I
are
think it
I mean, if you, yeah,
definitely
but like,
is.
people put out videos for reaction, right? I mean, they want to be recognized and they want to be watched.
all I'm saying is
It
it's the
depends.
same concept. It just looks a little
I
different.
guess. So wait, T says people that you spend 4 to 5 hours playing a game with, keep an eye on the conversation. They might need you. Oh, I see. She's talking about Jeff.
Oh, okay.
YouTube is definitely a social media platform. It has shorts and posts. T said before that MIRC chatting program. I don't even know what that is. I agree with Kivox. He even unsubscribed from my Insta.
Yeah.
Is it because you posted something?
Did you post something like that black screen?
He unsubscribed
I unsubscribed to everyone that posted that black
including
screen.
his own sister.
Including my own sister.
What? I don't even know what you're
There was like it was like a blackout, a media black or a Instagram blackout thing that people did.
So everybody posting like just literal.
Everybody posted when they were supposed to just not post anything, and
she said I removed that since then. Yeah, but the fact that you did it is exactly why he unsubscribed.
Yeah, it was just like I was just like, this is stupid. I'm unsubscribing to everybody that's doing this, and like I did. My sister did it, and I was just like, I didn't understand why people were doing it because it's just like. You're like I'm not saying you're doing it for that reason. You were probably doing it for good reasons, but there's plenty of other people out there that were literally just doing it just to get like clout, just to like be able to say, "Oh yeah, I was a part of this thing." And
what
and
is
look
the
at
social?
Me.
What was it?
It was
social media.
I don't know.
You literally just posted a blank.
But that wasn't what you were supposed to do. You were
no, I'm
supposed
saying
to not
like
post
what was it even
anything.
about though? Like I know like if the Eiffel Tower gets hit with a missile, everyone's gonna post a France flag. So what I'm saying is what precipitated the blackout?
I don't remember. To
it
be
was
honest.
something. It was.
I mean, you go to YouTube live streams for interactions. I mean, true.
Yeah, yeah. And you go like, dude. So many people comment on YouTube. It's.
T said I wouldn't ever do that today. Trust me. She's telling you to resubscribe.
You gotta like win me back, T. You gotta win me back.
I don't think he ever subscribed back to his own sister.
2.0.
I never resubscribed to my sister. No. I occasionally just go through and I like see if people have been posting. If people stop posting, then I'll stop following them. And I'd say I follow like 75 people or something, and I think like 70 of them are like D&D artists that like post like weapons and stuff like that, and just like maps, and that's most of my thing.
Mine are jigsaw puzzles.
I
see all the puzzles.
No, I probably follow like 50 like artists or something like that, but the rest are all like, I follow you, I think, Mike.
Yeah. I go through phases where I'll post a lot and then I won't post for like a year and a half.
3 years, yeah.
I had to stop. No offense, I had to stop watching Leonard's shorts or whatever they're called because it would just be all just like buff sweat drawings of buff sweaty guys like kissing, and I'm like, dude, I'm cool with it, but that's not.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, dude.
But even still, like even channels that like I love, eventually it gets overdone. If they don't change up their thing and they just do the same thing over and over and over, you get sick of it.
Yeah.
Like there are people that I watch that I used to love and I loved their content, but I stopped following them because it just gets old after a while.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like when The Last Jedi came out and I would watch some content like of people like breaking it down, just kind of like, oh, it's cool to see that other people feel this way or have them break it down more. But like years later, there's still channels where anytime something Star Wars comes out, like say Ahsoka, right now they're probably talking about how bad it is. It's like, well, why? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying they're probably doing it. It's like, well, why are you watching this then? Like, why are you
I definitely don't think it's the best. Like, the first 2 episodes definitely weren't the best. They were fine. I have some problems with it, but, like, I hope it gets better, Yeah. One Piece was good, though. You should check it out.
Here's the thing, though.
Actually, maybe don't.
I've heard a lot of people say Andor was really good, right?
Yeah, I heard it, too. I just haven't gotten around to watching it because it just looks so boring.
So those channels that probably
and the people that say it, we don't really trust.
Yeah, your sister and her husband, right?
Well, say it.
Is that what you were thinking? She's
so
like,
funny.
I shouldn't have said it. You shouldn't have said it out loud. And they're not watching us. Who cares? If they're watching right now,
what were you trying to
say,
Mike? We've like
I was
derailed.
I was just trying to say though is like I would guess that the channels that I stopped watching, like they're not doing 20 videos about Andor and how good it is. Like now they're just about like literally hating on Star Wars or hating on whatever. And at some point I was just like, dude, why am I watching this? Like, it's just sad. I don't know. It's like,
I feel like every channel like really needs to evolve and change at some point because too much of the same thing gets boring no matter what it is.
Yeah.
And like eventually you're going to stop liking that thing because it loses its luster. Yeah. So T said, I'm not You do whatever you want. The most things I do is share funny reels nowadays. She said, "Oh yeah, Leonard's stories are like
Funny.
that."
Yeah, they're funny.
I don't follow Leonard. Don't kill me, Leonard.
Don't worry.
I don't know why. I just never. I think T might be like the only person that I follow on Instagram. I think Jessica I follow. But I don't follow very many people.
And me.
I follow Mike too, but I mean like
and me
from YouTube.
And me.
Sure, I follow you.
The 9's looking at you.
Dude, you know another thing I don't get on YouTube is political YouTube shows, because it's like you know immediately what that entire like 20 to 45 minute video is going to be about. So like I just don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like so and so happens. Why this is the end of America. It's like, all right, so it's not good. Got it. Like thanks. Appreciate it. You follow me as well.
I feel like very little things in life are obsolete. Not obsolete. Are what's the word I'm looking for? Like
jargon, baloney.
No. Very few things.
Substantive, like have substance. You mean?
No. Are absolute. That's the word I'm looking for. So it's like I find even in like day-to-day life, I have kind of a hard time like definitively saying yes or no to something.
Do I have
like,
something in my ear?
No. Like maybe a little earwax.
I just felt it fall out of my ear.
Nice.
I don't like it.
An ant.
But like, not like one thing is like, this is definitely bad. Like I can say like, I didn't love Ahsoka, but was everything absolutely terrible about it? No. Like there are very few things that I'm like, this is the way it is and that's it. Like I have such a strong opinion about it. Except evolution. Evolution exists, and I'm sorry for LMR or Lance for not thinking evolution exists.
I think you offended him last week because he didn't show up this week.
I literally face palmed in the live stream because I was
very
so
annoying.
Adamant. Whatever.
They're a creationist, you're saying?
Anyway, that's one of my like something like that. I just proved myself wrong, I guess, because that is absolute to me. Like you can't tell me it doesn't exist.
See, but here's the thing. We'll just stay with Star Wars because that's what we were talking about. If Mandalorian came out, Mandalorian season 2, Boba Fett, Andor, if they were all say like terrible, like say hated them, and you're like, dude,
I would stop watching.
You would stop watching, right? You wouldn't. It wouldn't then be 2 years from now. You're like, dude, Mandalorian season 4 somehow manages to be worse than the last. It's like, dude, why are you watching it? Like, I watched some of the.
To watch it. I would probably try to watch it to like hope that it gets good.
It depends, like though. I don't know. So
I'm not saying the product isn't bad. I'm just saying there is definitely what I think they call like a cottage industry on shitting on Star Wars now.
Like the
so
cheese?
There's a cottage industry, I think is what they call them.
Cottage, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like a cottage there are. Let me put it this way: there are now like
a house,
pretty much like
a cottage.
No,
like
a
house?
It's now like their business model. Like that's their whole thing.
But why a cottage?
That's just what they were called, man. I didn't name it that. That's what they call them.
So, is the iPhone 15 worth it from an iPhone 12 user?
I think so.
I think so, because I went from an 11 to a 14, and it was a pretty decent jump. So, yes. LOL, not evolution again. I got so mad.
How old is the person who doesn't believe in evolution?
I don't know how old. Older than us, I think. But
they can believe in whatever they want. That's what I'm saying. And it's like if they,
it's not a belief. It's science. This is where they got.
But it is a belief.
It's not.
Plus, everyone knows
in science.
Everyone knows we were apes. We were primates, and then the aliens came and genetically modified us to quicken our evolution, and that's why we're here. And there's still primates.
When Mike
there's still
says
apes.
things like that, I never know if he's serious
true.
or not.
Like legit.
Because like
So-
Mike believes in some weird stuff sometimes, and I just don't know if he's being being
No.
funny or if he's being fucking serious.
I don't
No,
know
listen.
what you're talking about.
Listen,
Steve.
no,
The
that's-
Fruit Loops
that's one of
reaction
those-
Again?
The
No, that's
Loops
one of
thing
those-
with the white guy and the Spanish guy and on Instagram. I showed it to you, and he's like, they taste different. Which one's your favorite Fruit Loop?
Oh.
We talked about it last week, and I had to literally explain it to you then too, and then you went, oh.
No,
You
dude,
have the worst memory.
that
You
that
sure you
thing that I
evolved
just
from-
talked about.
Probably did evolve from a monkey. Your mom is probably a monkey.
Shut up, Mike. What are you saying?
No, I was saying that. So that type of thing, I hear like so when I hear someone talk about that, in my mind, what I'm thinking, I'm like, that doesn't sound impossible. Like, say somehow we were to find out that that was what really happened. Like, I wouldn't be like, dude, there's no way. I'd be like, oh, okay, fair enough. But I don't like actively believe it. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of just like that. I put that in the like that could be possible category, but it's not like I actively believe it. It's right there with the
I think
humans.
you would really like the book Sleeping Giants, the series.
Sleeping Giant. It sounds like I would like it.
They're short, but I highly recommend the audiobook because it's a complete full cast and it's in an interview style. So you get
That's
like
cool.
back and forth with like the different characters. Because
That's
like
cool.
I can't imagine I've those books through audio, but it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And you should read it if you haven't.
That's cool.
I found the not evolved joke way too funny. What?
I don't know.
T laughed at something and then not evolved joke.
Another interesting theory about evolution is that Neanderthals found psilocybin mushrooms and they were like tripping a bunch because they kept taking psychedelic mushrooms and it made our brains expand faster and that's why we're so intelligent.
Hi,
That
Christy.
one I kind of believe.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There are things about like science and whatever that we learn all the time that we never knew about, and it changes the way you know things. Because, like, for example, genetics. Up until 20 years ago, 15 years ago, genetics were just, you know, the genome and figuring out gene types and figuring
Genome
out
soldiers.
this gene does this. But then they found this thing called epigenetics, which epigenetics is the ability to turn off and on specific genes. And things that you do in your lifestyle and in your life can actually change the turning on and off of genes. So for
That
example,
is some Hideo Kojima stuff right there. I don't know if I believe it.
I studied this in college and I found it so interesting. So basically, like, they always said, like, if you were a smoker, but then you had a kid, it really wouldn't affect your kid unless you, like, smoked in front of them and, like, affected them in that way.
That's so
But-
weird. Mary Lynn and I were just talking about that.
They actually say now that people, like, if you're a smoker or anything you eat or consume or do in your life turns on and off specific genes in your body so that if you do have a kid, they would come out different than if you didn't do those things in your life. Because
Interesting.
now you're passing on genes that may not be active anymore that used to be active and this and that. So, like, it completely derailed what we thought in genetics was humanly possible or physically possible. And so can you believe science 100%? No, because they find out things that they find out that you were wrong all the time, or they were wrong all the time.
You know what made me honestly start doubting science more than anything? Knowing scientists. I would like listen to them argue, and I would just be sitting there like say, you know, they're arguing, you know, scientist A is trying to explain their viewpoint on an issue, and scientist B just like they can't even comprehend what they're saying. Like I was like, dude, scientists are just as dumb as everybody else. And then that literally was like life changing for me. This was like, Jesus, like 6-7 years ago. I just remember sitting I was sitting in a speakeasy with some friends, and two
That's
of them
a
were
thing
like,
nowadays?
Yeah,
Isn't that just
there's
a
a
bar?
bunch. It's like, well, they're usually what they are is they're like hidden. So like
It's just a bar.
But here's the thing, like science that is
It's like a hipster
proven.
bar. I guarantee you, he did it in
yes,
California.
Oh my
no,
God.
no, it is a hipster bar. In the
But
one I'm talking about,
science
we were
that
in
is
Mississippi.
proven over and over and over no longer really is just a theory, right? It's like
Yeah.
you have theoretical scientists, people that come up with these new ideas, then they test them, and then through a series of tests, you prove whether they are or are not legitimate. So, but if you have something like evolution that has been tested a million times over at this point, all the way back to Darwin days, and you're still coming up with the same result, you can definitively say that yes, in a very broad sense, this exists. Do we know everything about it? No.
See what you did,
but
Mike?
does it exist? Absolutely.
Everything ends up evolving into a crab anyway, man. So it doesn't.
I
even
found
matter.
okay. She said when Kivox asked you if you really evolved because of your memory. Got it. Hello, Christy.
We should go.
Wow, I bored you to death.
Oh, you sure
We're
did.
having
That
some
was-
serious
I'm just
scientific
listening to the
debates
same
here.
thing over and over and over. It's like
All
yes,
right.
I understand. You believe in evolution.
No, I'm proving to you why it's a thing.
You didn't prove anything. You just said that you need to believe it because it's proven.
No, I was trying to kind of try to veer Mike's thought away from like scientists don't know what they're talking about. Yes, like they don't always know.
No, that's
But, like-
no, that's not what I was saying. I was just like the gist of what I was just saying is like at the end of the day, scientists are human, and there are some with bad
Well,
intentions.
all science
Like,
has
that's all
started
I'm
with
saying.
theories, right? Like you have a theory and you test it, and that's what it is. So
Yeah,
no matter
No,
who you are and like what you study, you have to come up with a theory first, and then or a hypothesis, right? And then
Educated,
you
yes.
test it out and decide whether it is a thing or not. And once you do it a billion times, obviously, if you get the same result every time, you're insane, and it's
Dude.
that's the way it works.
if you like science, I should try and find some material for you, but you should also look up about how they're starting to think that like I think it was quantum science is like like BS. I'll have to find what I'm talking about, but I thought it was really interesting when I was listening to someone talk about it.
I got into this.
Yeah, right. She comes in at the science evolution.
Christy, yeah. I don't know. I'm biased because this is what I went to school for originally. Like I find it super interesting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, honestly,
not
at
everyone
the-
does.
At the end of the day, like in my opinion, some of like the worst people, not to sound too dramatic, are the ones where like you just can't change their mind. Like I could have my viewpoint about stuff and tell you exactly why I believe that, but like if I'm proven wrong, like I have no problem being like, yeah, dude, I was wrong. Like you like it, like you know, I was an idiot. Like you got me there. Like so, but the people
I
who
think
just
that's
refuse.
just a what do you call it? It's a personality trait. Like some people never get out of that like thing where they're like, I am right. Because like when I was younger, I used to be like that. Like when I was a teenager, if I heard something, I was like, this is fact. And
Yeah,
then like
yeah.
if someone proved to me that it wasn't fact, I was like, no, absolutely not. This person said it, it's fact. And it took someone pointing out to me what an idiot I was for me to change my thought process and grow as a person and as a human. So like I feel like people like that haven't been humbled to the point of growth.
Well,
if
I
that
don't
makes
understand
sense.
why you don't believe me that when you eat hot chocolate cake, it's gonna give you diarrhea.
Because I've eaten hot chocolate cake and not
My
gotten
mom always told
diarrhea.
me growing up that like if I like ate the cookies before they were cooled off or ate the cake before it cooled off, that I'd get diarrhea. And then like now I told her about that, and I always bring it up. I'm like,
Now
don't
it's
eat it,
like
you're gonna get diarrhea.
It's like an inside joke now because like
Yeah.
every time we get cookies out of the oven, we're like, humph.
Like, oh, here
Here
comes the
comes
diarrhea.
But
That's
man,
too funny.
okay, you could write a book about it. I'm just lost as all. None so blind as those who don't want to see. Yeah, I feel
guys-
like it is seriously like sad in my opinion to be so closed-minded that you can never see someone else's point about something.
Dude, the older I get, the more I'm just like, dude,
I know
Thanos,
nothing.
I'm like, dude, Thanos had the right idea. Just wipe out half of everyone and then just go live by yourself on a farm. Like, it's like, that sounds great.
Isn't there that thing where people, I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like the
By the way,
trajectory
why didn't
of
Thanos make every planet twice as big? We accomplished the same thing.
Or just more resources. Or
Yeah,
double
make
the
a planet
planets.
twice as big.
Make
Yeah.
more planets.
Yeah.
Just
Sorry,
make more
what were you
planets.
saying?
And making the planets bigger would cause a lot more problems, though, because the gravity would increase double, possibly. You know, and be. Oh, he froze.
Everyone
you're
half
back
the
now.
size.
No,
But
that also wouldn't work. Physics that wouldn't work. But if you just add more planets,
because physics is a thing in
Why wouldn't it work for
it
physics?
is. Well, because if you're half the size, everything else is still the same size.
Yeah. So, but that means you would need half the amount of resources, so you could keep the same amount of resources.
So you'd have to transform all the houses to be smaller.
No, everyone could live in huge houses, dude.
Nah, that wouldn't work, bro. Just a
Just
whole
saying.
new set of planets that are perfectly like aligned with the current planets, just like neighboring planets in that Goldilocks zone. That
All
would
right.
solve it.
What if he doubled the amount of planets and took half of people from each planet and moved them over to the new double planet?
Yeah, but they would have to opt in for that because what if you separate families?
I have to just interject. You really think people are free to believe what they... I guess they're free to believe what they
Not
want,
in Canada.
but you cannot tell me that you do not judge flat earthers.
Yeah.
I still believe that started as a joke. I do not think that that was real. I think that was a joke.
Did you watch that documentary on Netflix?
Wait, so Tony said those resources
You should
would
watch
still
it.
dwindle down at some point? Dude, that documentary is actually really good. If you stick through it and watch it to the very
I'll
end.
watch it. Send it to me. Did you watch that alien one I sent you?
No.
You gotta watch it, dude.
I don't want to watch it.
I don't think
Dude.
we had access to it.
We had to
We
buy
didn't-
it.
Yeah, we
would
looked
have
it
to
up.
buy it.
We did look it up.
Do a trial. That's what I did. You could do a trial if you search it.
You gotta text me, dude, because
Okay.
I don't remember the name of it. You gotta text it to me because I'll have to look up and see if I can get a free trial. But we did legit look it up. What do you mean the Earth is flat? What do you want about?
Honestly, dude, if you don't believe aliens after this, you just never will. But it's not.
I mean, I
creepy,
believe.
I 100% believe.
I just
in
don't
aliens.
believe that they've come to Earth.
Dude, there's a perfect example. People who flat out say there are no aliens. You could what you just said, totally acceptable. Because I don't know if I believe aliens have been here either. I don't know.
Yeah. I believe that there is life out there, but it's too vast of a universe for there to not be. We can't be the only things. It's impossible.
Yeah. People who say stuff like that, no, dude, we're all there is. Those type of, it's dude, how could you even say that statement? That's ridiculous.
Especially because if you think about it, if it comes down to just the bare bones of what human and any organic life is made of, it's very simple components that if found on any other environment together could create life. So it's
the situation needs to be
yes,
good, right?
But as long as the elements are there, there you go. Why would they not come to Earth? We're just saying the likelihood of them finding us and then not just obliterating us and taking over.
Yeah, or making actual contact, or nobody being able to see them.
And I find it very hard to believe that only our government magically would have that contact or whatever. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. They're free to believe. I'm free to don't care and not agree. Yeah, true. They're free to believe, but that doesn't mean you can't judge them for believing something that is blatantly
untrue. Are you saying
untrue.
that you should judge them?
Yes.
Oh.
My son is like Kivox. He believes that there are alien life forms, but there's no way they've made it here due to the whole speed of life thing.
Speed of light.
Light.
They wrote
USA
life,
thinking they are everything. What?
I'm so confused. So T, are you saying that anyone can believe anything and that's their right? And
yeah,
you don't
they can
judge
believe
them for
it. But it doesn't mean they are right, and you can know that they are wrong. Like, they can believe it all they want, and you can know they are wrong about something. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how to explain it any better than that. I try very hard not to judge people in life, and when I do, most of the time I tell them. Yeah, I would tell a flat earther to their face that
you're an idiot.
They're dumb for believing the earth is
Dude,
flat.
It's
like,
so
I'm sorry,
funny.
but like I would tell them to their face, and it's like, do I judge them as a whole, as a person? No. Because I may get along perfectly fine with them in a setting outside of talking about the earth being flat or round. But I'm
we
totally
don't
to
talk
judge
religion.
the fact that they believe that.
You can hang out with them, but you're like, listen, we don't talk about religion,
Yes,
politics, or the shape
exactly.
of the earth.
Dude.
We follow these.
Right. Dude, I
funny...
get along with my coworker very well, but we are completely different people.
So the funny thing about flat earthers usually is that their whole argument is that, like, you can't prove that the earth is round, so why should I think it's round? And then, well, we can. There's tests that you can do. I can't do it because I'm not smart enough, but I've watched plenty of videos on people proving, but the problem is that they can never prove that it's flat. All of their theory, they can't agree on a flat earth model. Like how the sun works, how the sun rotates, and it makes sense.
There's like 12 different models.
And why can't you see the sun at all times?
So is the moon flat too? Because we can observe the moon.
No. So the way some models will show that, like, the earth is flat and there's two orbs that rotate around, and it's the moon and the sun. So the sun isn't over there.
I love Mike's face.
And
if they were right,
the sun is...
Stuff like this, I want them to be right, just because it would be so hilarious.
But it doesn't make sense in, like, why can't you see the sun then all the time if we're flat?
Because it's under us, bro.
But it's not, because it's sunny on the opposite side of the planet, of the flat earth. It's sunny over there, but it's not sunny here. That's just one of the simplest things, right? Is the whole moon and sun, like, phases and stuff. A lot of people don't realize that, like, the reason that the moon has its different shapes, right? A lot of people think that, like I remember growing up, my dad thought, and I had to explain this to him, because he thought that the reason that the moon was a crescent moon is because the earth was blocking part of the sun. And a lot of people think that. And it's reasonable, because when I was a kid, that's what I thought. I thought that you would have a half a moon because the earth was
So it's a shadow on the moon?
No, so...
So he thought the Earth was between the sun and the moon.
Yeah, like an eclipse. Like an eclipse.
That kind of makes sense. Okay.
He said, not that I believe the Earth is flat, but why do we sometimes see the moon during the day?
Oh, that's very simple. Because the moon rotates around the Earth. And it's there no matter what. It's always around the Earth. And sometimes
think about how
it's out during the sun.
Well, the length of days changes too, depending on the season. So...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
the tilt. But
that doesn't matter. Like the Earth is here, the moon is here, the sun is you guys, right? So if the sun is, if it's day here and the moon is here, you're still gonna be able to see it from part of the Earth, for half of the Earth. This side won't be able to see it, but if it's here, you'll still be able to see it, and it's still gonna continue to orbit around the Earth.
Jeez, that I never paid attention to all this stuff, to be honest. Dude, astrology, like, goes way above my head.
People also argue, like, that's a big one that flat earthers don't understand for some... They can't comprehend that the moon can be out during... It's not like they spin around the earth, like, perfectly like this, because they don't spin...
Like, it turns out its light disappears.
Why is the sun never out at night, bro, huh? Answer me that.
Maybe it is.
Well, why does it stay light until 9 p.m. in the summer? It is out at night.
That's because of our tilt.
That's what I just said before. The tilt.
A big argument that they make too is, like, if you're telling me that the Earth is moving, because you know how the Earth, like it doesn't just, like, we're not stationary, right? We're flying through space.
This blew my mind when you told me this, actually, and I didn't believe you until you showed me a video that, like, the Earth is moving this way and everything's, like, moving around it.
Well, the whole, like, solar system is moving. But, like, we're, like, flying through space. We're not just, like, the sun is here. What?
Are you ever just like going about your day and then you have this weird brief existential crisis where you're like, dude, I'm on a rock flying through space. What if this is all fake? Like,
No.
never.
No. Not
Every now and
Never.
again, that hits me for like 10 seconds, and I'm like, all right, anyway.
Why does
Back
the
to whatever I
eclipse
was
give me
doing.
superpowers? Okay, so the big thing is, right, they're like, okay, so if you're telling me, this is what a flat earther sound like in my head. If you're telling me that we're flying through space, then why can't I feel it? Why can't I feel us flying at 1,000 miles an hour?
Why
At
can't you feel that you're
3,000,
moving
a
in an
million,
airplane once you're
a
already in the
million
air?
miles an hour? Huh? Can you explain that? Explain it to me.
Why
How do
ain't
they
we
explain
flying off
airplanes?
like a bunch of ants?
That's the thing. They
You
don't
can
get
feel acceleration, but you can't feel speed.
Correct. That is the answer. You can't feel
Well,
speed,
also,
but you
too,
can feel acceleration and deceleration.
Stand on top of a boat while it's cruising through the ocean.
Oh, I forgot. T's never been in an airplane. No,
A train?
you don't
Same
feel
thing.
speed.
The same thing
You
as a
only
train.
feel when it changes.
Yeah, you can't feel speed. You can feel acceleration.
Like when you're
and
in an
deceleration.
airplane, if there's no turbulence, it just feels like you're sitting still, basically.
Yeah, and if you were on the outside of the plane, you would feel the wind.
And
because,
you would die.
Because you would be, you're getting hit by the air, and the air isn't moving, but you're hitting the air, so that's what you feel there. But if you're in a little capsule, you can get...
Dude, would you fly in an airplane if they made like clear airplanes, where you could just kind of...
You mean?
Yeah, he said clear.
Yeah, like clear.
No, I don't want to be in an airplane.
I
Period.
would. I think it'd be cool. Yeah, why not?
That'd be horrifying.
I have to
hate
drug
flying.
myself to the max to even get in an airplane. He said, "Oh God, no."
But yeah, that's a big one. Like, how do you explain? How come I can't feel it? How come I can't feel it? And then I showed you that other one the other day where. Hold on, let me get my my Thanos ball here. So if this is the Earth, right? This guy had a little plane. Do you remember this one?
No. Oh yeah, I think I do.
All right, so I'm gonna pretend that this is a little plane here.
This guy was really dumb.
This guy was so dumb. He's like, okay, so I took a plane the other day.
I agree with you too.
And I went up this way, right? But when I was over here, the stewardess, when she was pushing up the cart, the plane would have been pointing straight up. She couldn't have pushed that plane. She couldn't have pushed that cart up straight up like that. If there you go, Earth is flat. Boom, and then he threw the thing, and then he like does some other thing, and he's like, and then when it's coming back, it was going down like this, and I wasn't falling forward. And
he
just
thinks
like,
we're
Christ.
floating perfectly still on like a plate, pretty much.
He thinks that we're on a plate. Gravity is that way, and if
do they believe in gravity?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Some
you sure about that?
Some do, some don't. But the best part is like they just don't understand that like down is relative to your location.
Well, they don't think people stand like this, right?
And then if you split the Earth in half, there's an orb inside of it, and this is what the moon looks like from the inside. Did you watch that moon movie? It's terrible.
No.
It's great and terrible at the same time.
Oh my god.
It's like a disaster movie, but it's really good. Moonfall or something like that, where the moon is falling on Earth.
Yeah, I didn't
Earth
see
is
that.
Called gravity. You should have asked him then. How can the plane fly? He can't describe that. I mean, he would just say jets.
He also had like one tooth in his face.
What does that have to do with anything?
Dude, I know someone who I know someone who I don't think is a flat earth. They believe a lot of weird like things,
conspiracy theories.
Yeah, like one of the ones that he was telling me about where he said he needed my help getting to the bottom of it is that the founding like fathers like wrote into the like Constitution or Declaration of Independence, whatever. They wrote into something that like every American like citizen born gets a trust fund, and that it's worth like $600 and something thousand and everything. And
because back then that amount of money was worth the same it is today.
Well, I told him, I was like, I tried to explain to him, I was like, dude, at no point in history would that not destroy the economy. It's like, yeah, dude. It's like, congratulations, everybody has pretty much $1 million now, and milk is $25,000 a gallon or something.
Yeah,
like
there you go.
Right.
I was like, that I can tell you that's not true, because there's no point in human history where that wouldn't have just annihilated the economy.
Well, all right. Let's say it was like, let's think of more real. Like, let's say it was $100, right? And nowadays, you'd be like, $100, big deal. I'm not even gonna waste my time trying to get
inflation.
it. But like, you know what I mean though? Like, the money is relative to the time you're in, because $100 when you're like, you know, back in even the 50s was worth way more than it is now.
Yeah, that's for sure. But even too, it's like I was like, where are you hearing this? And I think he like watches like TikTok videos or something. And I'm like, so all of these people know this exists. The government doesn't want us to know about it. I was like, well, why don't they tell you? They're like, why wouldn't any of them tell you where you get your money? And then like he's saying like, we just need to find the right website or something. I'm like, so
right.
I'm like, wait, I'm like, so that means they don't want us to know about this, but they made a website where you can input your information. I think it was a number on your birth certificate and stuff. And I'm like,
his eyes are getting.
I'm like, why would they do that? Like, why would they make any of that up?
Easy.
Or why would they
aren't
create?
Giving a trust fund, they're taking taxes instead. Very true.
Yeah, boy.
Oh God, I know. I've seen videos like that before, where it's like everyone's entitled to X amount of money from the government. It's like, oh really?
So the problem is that like most people get their information now from TikTok or from article titles. So like the other day when one of our players said something because he had just read it.
Oh yeah, what was that?
And then Jeff was like, "Yeah, but this is what happened. Did you even read the article?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "No, I just read the title." And then it was like, "Well, I was like, there's the problem. That's the problem that we have right now."
This happened like in real time.
Because
he was like scrolling through his phone. He's like, "Oh, this just happened."
And it was like, you know, somebody committed murder, and he's like, "Yeah, but they really didn't, though. It was just like some other thing happened." And he's like, "Oh, right,
dude, that's like
whatever."
one that I saw.
Australia.
One video that I saw one time that had me laughing was this guy. It was a video of this like black guy, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna tell all of you why it was something like why I hate white people, and they're like the worst people on the planet." And then he gives it like like 2 or 3 seconds, and then he goes, "No, not really." He's like, "But I guarantee you're gonna see tons of comments in the section of people getting mad at me, and they didn't watch the video." He's like, and then he's like, I love everybody. He's like, I'm just messing with you, trying to prove a point. And then sure enough, you go to the comments section,
scroll down,
and and it was like a less than a minute long video clip that people couldn't even like bother to watch. And it's like, dude, that guy like totally proved his point.
It's true. It's very true. Hello, Lance. Yeah, like people like they'll come up with like catchy titles, clickbait or whatever, and that's all you see. And that's you know, they won't even watch the stuff half the time. They just read the title like Jake did and think they know the story.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
What's
like
up,
all
bro?
right. We should
that's like the
go.
That's the worst, man. When people are like, "Why so and so means the end of whatever," you know, "Why Ahsoka means the end of Disney," and it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
I think the animals are really upset that we're still on.
They're like, "Yo, what are you doing?" "Oh, dude, animal fight, make it happen." Dog versus cat.
Fight. Link could totally...
I think she may be a little scared right now because of the rain. She can sense like the pressure difference.
Dude, it's like insane. Like she used to only be like this during thunderstorms, but now it's like any sort of like rain.
We had some really bad thunderstorms this year, though.
We did, but like
I think she's
last night
traumatized.
even she hides under the chair in the bedroom and she starts like scratching and stuff, and it's like you're waking up in the middle of the night and it's just raining, dude.
Mike, is that a Cowboys shirt or is that a
this
Converse
is not a
shirt?
Converse.
No, it's
Converse,
not a.
right?
It's neither. It's a band tee. It's for the Maine. See the TM?
No, we can't see it. It just looks
Oh,
white.
I see it.
You see it?
Like TM trademark, but it's the main.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought TM was Literally.
It does look like a cowboy shirt a little bit.
I thought it was Converse.
I did too.
Now I can't wear this shirt anymore.
I wouldn't wear it because it just looks like it does not
looks
look.
like a Converse
It's a
shirt to
really
me.
bad design, honestly, for a shirt because it.
Unless it says it on the back.
Here's the thing: unless you're literally just trying to find other people that know the band, and that's the only people that you want to know what you're wearing. Otherwise, people are either going to think it's the Cowboys or Converse, more likely Converse, because it looks like a Converse thing.
So you can't see it, but it's actually like textured and stuff, and does look a little weird.
Just come closer. Just come close.
They're really tiny. They're like, I guess you could kind of see it. It almost looks like I have like
it's
food
in the
dust
star.
on my shirt.
It's
yeah,
in the
like,
star.
Like, see how it almost
it's
looks
like
I
a concert
have, like,
thing.
It almost looks like I have like
see
cocaine on my shirt.
No, it just looks like the star's been like it broke down a little bit, like in the wash.
Yeah. Yeah, right. There's something behind why they went with this. I don't remember.
Oh, you're so scared. She only breathes like this when she's like nervous. And she goes.
Gotta give her kissies. Dude, one time I was trying to get my dog to come up, one of my dogs to come up on bed with the bed with us. I was like, come join us, let's go. And I was like slowly getting closer to him, and he's like giving me the dog side eye. And he's just starting to breathe heavier and heavier. He's like, and I'm like, all right, dude, stay where you're fine, you're good. And he like,
wait, so your dogs like don't jump on the bed?
Like sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Like, cause next to our bed, I actually lowered I took like the pieces off the bed, so the bed is now like, it's in the bed frame, but it's flat to the ground. There's no room under it, so our dog with the elbow problems could hop in if she wants. But there's a giant dog bed next to our bed, and sometimes they just prefer laying on that dog bed. So he's like laying on this.
Are basically on the bed the entire time they're downstairs. Like the bed is like their domain.
Lately she's been hiding under the little chair.
Well, because she's afraid.
Yeah.
She only does it when it's raining, which is like every day now.
Aw, I want to get our dogs one of those, like, they're like dog couches, but they're so overpriced. I just can't justify buying them, but they're so adorable.
A kid's couch.
Yeah, I guess I could. Just have a little Spider-Man dog couch for them.
Right. All right, we better go.
We're gonna go. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Peace.
I'll call you in a minute, Mike.
Wired up, bud.
Ow, don't hit me. She took my headphones.
No.